Good evening and welcome to the Financial Week. I'm Javon Keys. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, is projecting there will be a downward revision of growth for various economies when it makes its next report. Managing Director of the IMF, Kristalina Georgieva, says despite the likely lower projections, it does not yet foresee a recession for 2022.
At this point, at the IMF, we are projecting downward revisions for growth prospects. They will come in about a month. We are not yet projecting recession, global recession for this year. There is a higher risk for next year should inflation be more persistent. But I just want to say very clearly, these are tougher times this year, next year. Not necessarily that would translate into recession.
She was speaking during a press briefing in Barbados today. Now, some news just coming in. It has been proposed that investors are to receive more shares in the purchase deal announced in April for 1834 Investments. Now, 1834 Investments is being acquired by the RJ Aglina Communications Group. So in a joint press release a short while ago, it's been advised that each shareholder in 1834 Investments will receive 0.496 shares in RJ Aglina Communications Group per 1834 investment shares held. Previously, it was announced that each shareholder of 1834 Investments would get 0.403125 shares in the company. Now, shareholders will also have the option of trading shares for cash. In April, the RJ Aglina Communications Group announced its firm plans to acquire a 100% stake in 1834 Investments through a share deal. The deal will see the RJ Aglina Communications Group acquiring more than $1 billion Jamaican dollars in cash and assets currently owned by 1834 Investments. The capital will be used to fund business expansion plans for the group. And of course, that deal is still subject to the approval of the Supreme Court. Now let's head to the currency market today. The US dollar is being sold for an average $152.71. $117.56 is the going rate for the Canadian dollar. $135.82 for the pound, while it's costing an average $162.70 for the euro. Meanwhile, the JSE index declined by 325 points today, while the junior market index advanced by 81 points. Among today's winners were Dollar Financial Services, Main Event Entertainment Group, SSL Venture Capital Jamaica, Fosrich and Edufocal, while on the losing side were 138 Student Living Jamaica Variable Preference Shares, JMB Group 7.25% shares, CAC 2000, Nutsfed Express and JMB Group 7.25% variable cumulative redeemable preference shares. And that's it for the Financial Week. But before we go, here's a look at what's to come in the Business Review on Sunday.